Hey everybody, and welcome to another Matthew's modelling video. Now I'm throwing this particular video in just as a bit of a quickie before I do the next running session, the next Gala that I mentioned in the last video. I'm doing this one because there's a loco that I'd like you to see before the Gala, and two because I've done a little bit of work to another loco over this last week or so. So we'll crack on, and the new loco is a Pannier tank. So I mentioned in the subscriber vote, subscriber project vote video, that I wanted to do a Pannier project, and obviously to do a Pannier project I'd need a Pannier. So I picked this one up a little while ago. I think it was £17 on eBay. It is the Hornby version. Not overly sure what year or what particular model of the Pannier tank by Hornby this is, but it's very nice. It's in good condition. I've gone for the open cab version. I find that a bit more quirky. £17 because the body is slightly loose. It looks as though the threads have gone, you know, up in the chassis where the screws go. That's not a problem, I can fix that back down. The running capabilities of it are absolutely flawless. Absolutely flawless. You know, it can be, you've got to be a bit careful when you buy second-hand locos and things like that for running, but this one, it's you know, absolutely stupendous. Really good runner, smooth, slow, absolutely brilliant. So yeah, so I wanted to show you this because it was going to feature in this you know, the midway running session. I didn't want to set it off you know, in a Gala without you guys seeing it first and not really wondering where it's come from. So it is a future project. Like I said, it was in the projects video, and that is why it was bought. But I am just going to throw it out to you a little bit about what you'd like to see happen to this Pannier tank. Obviously my original plan was to try and recreate the limited edition Batman one in the light blue industrial livery. At the minute that is still what I'd like to go for, but yeah, I just thought I'd put it out to you lot and see what other ideas you might throw up and things like that. See if anything sounds interesting and catches my attention. But yeah, there you go. So a new loco to the fleet. Well, it's an old one now, it's a few months old, couple of months or so, a few weeks. But yeah, Hornby Pannier. So this is how it's looking now in this GWR green. Well, that's not how I want it to stay. And like I say, feel free to throw some ideas around on what you'd like to see me do with this one. But yeah, you shall see this in the next running session. So Hornby Pannier tank. So I'll whip that out of shop when I bring in the other loco that I've been working on this week. I'll get it all hooked up and I'll bring it into shot, so just bear with me a second. Right, so here we are, back again. So yeah, as I say, I'm going to slowly bring this loco into shot because it's quite a visual change. You know, it's going to stick out like a sore thumb, you're going to notice it straight away. But yeah, I'll just slowly bring it in now. And it is my Hornby Sentinel. And hopefully, hopefully you can notice a change. And a change in the fact that it has a flashing light. Yeah, I love it. I'm really happy with this now. I don't know why this popped into my head the other day, but I've had the idea before about fitting a flashing LED to one of the top of my locos, and the first look that sprung to mind a while back when I had the idea was my little scratch-built Ruston Hornsby. I always thought that'd look quite good with a flashing LED on the top. And then the other day I was having a rummage round up on Keithley sidings, and this particular LED is from a network rail van that I customised and modified way back when I was doing Keithley sidings, and I obviously added a flashing LED to the top. And yeah, it just spiralled. I didn't really stop to give it a thought. I just thought, right, I know, the Sentinel, bam, let's do it. So I got the loco out, took it apart, and I set to trying to fit this LED. Now, as you can see, there is a van, and this van is housing the 9-volt battery that powers the LED. So underneath the Sentinel chassis there is a very, very, very tiny gap just to one side of the motor. I think if you look at it from underneath from this way, so if you've got the the longer bonnet to the left, the gap is just there on this left hand side here. I don't know why the gap's there. There's not one on the other side of the motor, but anyway, I've just ever so slightly enlarged this gap, just so that I could fit the LED through and up into the cab, and then the wire very nicely and snugly just peeks out of another gap from under the cab interior, and the wire just obviously spirals round and up into the roof. See if I can zoom in there into the cab. You can just make out the wire there. There we go. So yeah, that comes down from the chassis out the back of the cab interior and up into the roof. So then once I'd managed to work the wire in through the chassis, I set about making the hole in the roof. I found the centre point and I just went for it, whacked a hole in the roof. That's a 9mm is it? Not 9mm, 6mm LED up there, so quite in scale, and it just sits up there. I haven't had to fit it into the roof, it just sits nice and tightly, peeking out the hole. And then once I'd wired it up into the loco, then I had to find a way of getting a power source to it. So this was my idea. My idea was to use a van, to mount the 9-volt battery in. So the wire comes between the locos. You can just see the red wire there coming between. You can't see that when it's running, but that wire goes up into there, and then underneath this wagon, I've had a little chop around under there. I've halved the ballast weight, and I've taken away some of the footwell of the van. Let's see if I can tip it. But basically, I access the battery to turn it on and off. There you go, up through there. So the wires very nicely just go over the axle and up into the van. So to turn the battery on and off, I'll just pop out that wheel, stick a screwdriver up there, and I can pull the PP3 clip off the battery and pop it back on when I want to use it. And there you go, Bob's your uncle. So yes, to have a flashing LED on the Sentinel, it has to have this support van. But who cares? I absolutely adore that loco now. I absolutely love it. And I can always change the van over somewhere to hide the battery. Another idea I had was an open van with a tarp over the top. But for now, I'm quite happy. I've weathered the van as well, so we've got some paint strip coming off there in the middle of the doors, the rusty framework. The little black mark there just to the top right of the van, that's going to have some white NCB lettering on it, obviously to tie in with the NCB logo, and I'll just have it saying support van, something like that. But yeah, it's I'm very happy with it. One of my main concerns is that it wouldn't run, but luckily it hasn't affected the running at all. I was very worried that as I was chopping around and things like that I might ruin something, but as you can see it runs well. Hopefully it'll pick up to those wagons. Drag them back, there she goes. So I hope you'll all agree that it's quite a nice little touch to add to an already quirky loco. But yeah, it pulls nice, not affected the running at all, so I'm very happy. So I know I'd listed the Sentinel project as finished in its last videos, but nothing's ever really finished, is it? The only other things now like I'll do is, like I said, is I'll finish the van off, and then it's good to roll. But you will see this running. You will see this running. I'm not saying it'll feature in the next running session video, but you will see it. But yeah, very happy now. Very happy. It's another list I can tick off my jobs of things I've wanted to do in the future, which is add a flashing light to a loco. So there you go. A simple 6mm LED and a 9V battery. So there we go. Right, before I go I just want to show you a couple of road vehicles, and that'll be it for this video. So I'll bob away the Sentinel and I'll just whip these motors out. Bear with me again. Right, here's the first thing I want to show you. It's a new flatbed lorry that I've had in the yard now and come and bound for a few weeks. This is a Base Toys Leyland flatbed truck. £4. Picked this up at a little shop I was at a few weeks ago towards the MC and Bolton Abbey Railway when I went to my little trip there. I just thought for £4, you know, it's a nice new truck for the layout. I like flatbeds, versatile, you know, you can add loads to them and things like that. And the place I got it from, he had quite a selection. I think he had about 4 or 5 different Leyland models, but I went for this one. So I'm sure it'll get a load added to it at some point, but I just wanted to show you that, you know, because you are going to see it in the background of the next running session. And as well as that, I've also finished this. There we are. It's a little. This is actually the last car from the trackside DIY set, DIY cast set that I got some time ago now. That's basically a set of 5 primered vehicles for you to paint up and detail how you like. And I've had this one. This has knocked around for quite some time, still in its primered state, and I've kept saying to myself I need to blooming get that finished. So I got that done the other day. I've just gone for a nice light blue. My son's rather happy because it does replicate the Fat Controller's car from the Thomas series, so he's quite glad to see that sat in the station in the yard. So it's got the all over light blue, and I've picked out the headlights with silver marker pen and picked out the rear lights in red marker pen. So I always forget which particular model this is. Is it a Morris or is it a something Dorset? I can never remember. Bit before my time, but yeah, it's another little vehicle that I've finished. And I do particularly like things like this on my layout. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Oxford diecast. They do some stunning models, and you know, I use them and I buy them. But there's just a little bit more, you know, or certainly for me, I get a little bit more, what's the word? A little bit more achievement out of seeing, you know, things that I've painted up and done myself. So yeah, this is a nice addition to see on the layout. But yeah, there we have it, you know, the Leyland truck and another car that you'll probably see in the running session video. Anyway, that's it for this Matthews modelling. So I just wanted to show you the new loco before you saw it in the Gala. I hope you like the addition to the Sentinel. And obviously just wanted to show these vehicles as well. So the next video will definitely be the midway running session, and you know, I'm already in the process of having that filmed, so hope you enjoy that. Please leave your comments as usual, and I will speak to you all next time. So thanks for watching, and bye bye.